Question number 9 says it costs the bakery $2.50 to make apple pies that sell for $13 the first day they are baked. Below it says if a pie is not sold on the first day, the new price is $7. The probability of selling the apple pie the first day is 80%. There is a 15% probability of selling it on the second day. If the apple pie does not sell by the end of the second day, it is then donated. What is the approximate, so that means rounding, expected profit per pie for the bakery on the sale of its apple pies? So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what happens on the first day. We're going to talk about what happens on the second day, and then we're going to talk about what happens after the second day. And that's going to help us figure out what is the expected profit per pie. On the first day, we are going to sell the pie for how much? $13. So we're going to have $13 on the first day. Well, what is the probability of it selling on the first day? 80%. So we have to turn that into a decimal, so it would be 0.80. So 13 times 0.80 is how much we're expected to make on the first day. If we don't sell it on the first day, we could sell it on the second day, but if we sell it on the second day, we're knocked down to a price of $7. The probability of it selling on the second day is 15%, which would be 0.15, so we times that by 0.15. So this would be our profit, and this would be a profit, so we're going to add these together. But then it says after the second day, if the pie does not sell, then it is donated. Well, if it's donated, then we lost money on the pie because it cost us a certain amount of money to make the pie. How much did it cost to make the pie? $2.50. So we would subtract that $2.50 for the cost of the pie. Even if I sold it on the first day, I'd still have to subtract that cost because I still had to pay to make the pie. So we're going to plug this into our calculator, and you can plug it in just like you see it with the parentheses. And we get $8.95. So the approximate expected profit is $8.95. The next question says the number of household members X living in Cityville homes has the following probability distribution. What is the expected size of the household in Cityville? So these are the probability of having one household member, probability of 2, probability of 3, probability of 4. Remember, to find probabilities we have to divide. So here I want the expected size, so I'm going to have to do the opposite. I'm going to have to go back and multiply. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take each of these numbers and we're going to have to multiply these numbers together. So we're going to have to do 1 times 0.16. Then we're going to have to do 2 times 0.27. Then 3 times 0.19. And so on, all the way through to 8. And once we have these numbers, we're going to add these together. So I'm just going to write down what this is going to look like. And that should be a plus. And then we're going to take all of this and we're going to plug all that into our calculator. Okay? Be very careful if you're typing all of it in at one time that you don't mix up a multiplication symbol with a plus sign. Otherwise, of course, your answer would be incorrect. I'm not going to type this all into the calculator, but you can if you want. You should get 3.09. And then question number 11 says, students are told that attending class regularly will help improve their scores in that class. Below are the scores of students who did not attend class regularly and scores of those who did. Okay? So what we're going to do is the questions below say which group had the larger mean and which group had the larger median and by how much. So first thing we need to figure out is the mean and the median for the people who attended class and the people who did not attend class. I've already put this data into my calculator, so I'm going to hit Stat, Calc, and I'm going to select my 1var stats. And then this is my information. My L1 was for my attended class regularly. So I need to find the mean and the median. And what's nice is that the calculator finds both of those for us. The mean is the first one right here. $273.7. And then if I scroll down a little bit, there's my median right there, 276.5. And I put my information for did not attend class regularly in my L2. So now I'm just going to do my 1var stats of L2. And then I get that my mean here is 235. And I scroll down and my median is 227.5. So which group of students has a larger mean? So which one was bigger, 273 or 235? Well, attended class regularly. So we could say, we can label these like as group 1 and group 2. So I'd say group 1 has a larger mean by, and so I'll subtract 273.7 minus 235, and I get 38.7. Which group has a larger median score? Well, 276 and 227. Oh, it's group 1 again. Group 1 has a larger median by, and so we're going to do that math again, 276.5 minus 227.5, and we get 49. For these questions here, you need to make sure that you are answering the whole question. It asks for what group and by how much. So you need to make sure that you write the group and by how much. If you don't have that, you're not going to get full credit. Also, it says, what does this tell you about the students in the classes? So we need to come up with some kind of statement that tells us about the students in the classes. And your generic one, you have to have a full statement, full sentence. A generic one that we can say here is that the students that attended class regularly had better scores.